Hi, I'm Cynthia from Empower to Free. We empower young people to make confident and informed decisions about money so that you can succeed and thrive in an ever-changing world. We do this largely through financial literacy training that integrates content teaching with activities that enable you to learn through play and gain greater self-awareness. We believe in a world where everyone, regardless of gender, can make confident and informed decisions about money. This is fundamental to financial security. Yet in reality, 58% of women have reported that money negatively impacts their mental well-being, and 1 in 3 of us are financially vulnerable. Women are not financially secure. We believe that one root cause of this is the mindsets that are ingrained in us as women. Let's explore this further.
When we think about being financially secure, this means to earn enough money today to protect and meet our present needs, while having some left over to grow for our future expenses. This means that we need to make sure that whatever income we earn is sufficient for our current and retirement expenses. However, as females, we are challenged on both sides of this equation. Let's first look at the income we earn. For full-time work, men consistently earn more than women over our lifetime. The data from Australia's Workplace Gender Equality Agency has shown that women working full-time in Western Australia earn $21,500 less than men annually. This is known as the gender pay gap. So why does this pay gap exist? For starters, a majority of us tend to go into industries that are female-dominated. Such industries like healthcare and education generally provide lower pay than other industries. Consider why we as women prefer these industries. The gender pay gap also exists even when women enter male-dominated industries like construction and mining. This is because women tend to have different mindsets from men. We tend to wait to be recognized rather than ask for a pay rise we deserve. Often, our fear holds us back because we want to avoid the stereotype that an assertive woman is an aggressive one, and such labels are bad for us. Apart from earning less when we work, we also work more in unpaid roles. As a woman, we are more likely to become unpaid carers for our family. Why does this happen? While there may be policies to enable both women and men to balance such caring responsibilities with paid work, social norms may mean women automatically take it on ourselves to be the carer. Our nurturing instincts also mean we naturally take on more emotional labor subconsciously. Practically, the gender pay gap with women earning less then becomes a justification for women to reduce our paid work. This becomes a vicious cycle. Now, coming back to the equation, this means that across our lifespan, a woman earns far less income than a man. Let's now look on the other side of the equation and explore our current expenses. As women are expected to and often take on more emotional labor, retail therapy often becomes an outlet for our stress. Research shows that 64% of women tend to engage in retail therapy compared to 40% of men. This means that we tend to spend more, even though we earn less. Further, when it comes to paying for our daily expenses, women often not only provide just for ourselves, but also for our families. We tend to spend more than men on purchasing decisions for the family, with our personal earned income often becoming a communal fund to pay for household expenses. Why is this the case? Consistent with our nurturing instinct, we tend to want to help others, often not considering if it's at the expense of ourselves. We tend to find it hard to say no and are less likely to draw boundaries, often putting others above our personal needs. Also, women often give up control of managing their money, especially after getting married, leaving their husbands to manage the family finances and make important household decisions. We do this for many reasons, one of which could be a cultural mindset if you grew up in a patriarchal family where it's natural to let the men take control. It could also be due to women's mindset that men tend to be better at mathematics, so we exclude ourselves prematurely from being involved as an equal in managing household expenses. By giving up control of our money, we as women miss the opportunity of developing our money management skills. and more importantly, the increase in confidence that comes with the experience of handling money and making financial decisions. This is important for financial security, especially to ensure that we are sufficiently protected in the present. When we spend more and have no control over our money, this makes us exposed to financial hardship in challenging situations. For example, in a divorce, women tend to struggle to care for their children and pay for expenses on their limited income. This leads to bad money decisions like borrowing on credit cards, which has implications on our future financial well-being. Coming back to the equation, we thus tend to spend more in the present, leaving us lesser for the future. Let's now explore further the implications it has on our retirement. Women tend to live longer than men. This means that across our lifespan, we will have more expenses to pay for, so we need a larger retirement pool. However, as we recall, women earn far less income and spend more. This means we have lesser savings that we can allocate to the future. Nonetheless, to be financially secure, we need to ensure that the income we earn somehow covers our current and retirement expenses. The way to manage the gap between our savings and our retirement expenses is to invest. Unfortunately, women have lesser money in our superannuation because we are paid less and also work less in paid roles. Statistics also show that women tend to invest less than men on their own outside of superannuation. When we don't invest or invest smaller amounts, this means that the little we have for the future has lesser opportunities to grow into a sufficient amount for our retirement. So why do women not invest or invest less? Firstly, we have lesser income that we need to spread over a longer lifespan, so we tend to take on a scarcity mindset. Investments can feel scary, so we avoid them. Secondly, our caring nature makes us more careful with a lower risk tolerance. Hence, we may prefer to save rather than invest. Now, as you can see, there are many different mindsets which we women have that influences our behavior and decisions. They then impact our ability to be financially secure. Let's take a moment to consider which of these mindsets you might have and are unaware of. Now, let's look at the task ahead of you. We have gone through the numerous challenges that women have with our finances, since we earn a lower income while having higher expenditures. Considering these obstacles that we as females experience in becoming financially secure, how can you as our next generation make a difference? Often, when we think of change, we think of altering our behavior. This can be difficult, especially if our behaviors are already habits, as we tend to do them on autopilot. A more sustainable way would be to examine our internal mindsets that drives this behavior and tackle those instead. As paraphrased from Marianne Williamson, learn a new way of thinking so that we can master a new way of being. For your task, I would like you to identify the mindsets that sabotage women's ability to become financially secure. Prioritize them by selecting the most prominent ones and those that can be shifted easily. If you do not already have the task guide, please download it from the URL on this slide. As a team, I would like you to interview at least 3 women from different age groups or socioeconomic backgrounds. Ideally, the more diverse your interviewees are, the better, as this will give you a more complete representation. The task guide contains questions that you can use in your interviews. Feel free to edit or add more questions as you learn more about your interviewee. Your goal is to use the interview to help you identify the mindsets that females have that can cause us to become financially insecure. When you finish all your interviews, consolidate your findings and as a team, identify the most common mindset that sabotages women's financial security. Next, examine this mindset in the context of your generation. Do you see it happening amongst your peers, either consciously or subconsciously? How can you raise awareness that this mindset exists and bring attention to the challenges that it may cause? After you have identified the mindset and ways to bring awareness to its existence, I would then like your team to brainstorm on quick fixes. How can we easily shift away from this mindset? Think simple and create easy-to-do methods that all females can adopt. I look forward to your presentation and best of luck!